to say a few words about Women Astronomy Club and Himalayan Space Center. So Himalayan Space Center is an organization with a dedicated team and a firm sense of commitment to spread knowledge and make space and space science available for everyone, all the space enthusiasts around the globe. So the founder and the CEO of this wonderful organization, Himalayan Space Center, is Mr. Afrosa, and the co-founder, Mr. Viresh Patil. So Women Astronomy Club is a part of Himalayan Space Center, and its vision is to make space, science, and astronomy a reachable subject to all the space enthusiasts. This has been a successful vision under our academic advisor, Professor Usha Kulkarni ma'am, and our global advisor, HR Sridevi Rogi ma'am. So I thank all the members here for joining in. Let's dive in. The fascination of humans to live on other planets is not a new one. This is definitely a very old desire of many people to make sure this happens in reality. This has been a folklore and it has also been a literature, but now in this generation, it is becoming a reality for many. So we have all heard about the famous Japanese folklore. Have you all heard about the bamboo cutter and, excuse me, please do not unmute yourself. Okay. All right. So sorry for the disturbance. I was in the Moon Princess. I'm sure you all have heard about the Moon Princess and the bamboo cutter story of Japanese folklore, right? So yeah, this isn't a new thing. We all have been dreaming about it, and now this is becoming a reality. So from folklore to literature to science, now this has been an idea. The idea of settlement has taken many shapes and forms till now, but the modern concept of this colonization hasn't changed. The only thing which has changed is the question from is it possible to where, when, and how. So let's dive. We welcome you all to this wonderful session. And let me start by introducing myself. I'm Neha Navde. I'm currently pursuing my bachelor's in aerospace engineering in Bangalore. Excuse me. Sorry for the disturbance. All right, my bad. So introducing, this is Neha Navde, and I'm currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering. And I'm also an active volunteer in Women Astronomy Club and Himalayan Space Center. Introducing our two Space Wizz of the day, Anay Joshi and Shamit. All right, so Anay Joshi, I want you to say a hi and namaste to everyone. So. Okay. Anay Joshi is currently studying in a 6th class in I'm school, Solapur, Maharashtra. His favorite way to pass time is reading book, learning about astronomy and rocket science. Hello, Anay, and welcome to the session.
Hello, ma'am.
And the next panelist is our Shamit Mahesh. So Shamit is a resident of Bangalore, Karnataka, and he's studying in class 4th in Chitrakut School, Bangalore. His favorite ways of pastime is to learn about space, read books, sing, and learn keyboard. Welcome, Shamit. Hi, Shamit. Welcome.
Ma'am, he's on mute.
Hi, namaste everyone. I am Shamit Mahesh.
So these two will be our Space Wizz of the day, and they are gonna tell you all about space colonization and what it takes to make it a reality. So we all know there are so many space agencies like NASA, ISRO, ESA, and also other private space agencies like all the world famous SpaceX and the Blue Origin. and there are many others of such. So all of them are working very, very hard to make this colonization on Mars and Moon a reality. So today's topic, this will be our first episode of Chat with Space Wizz, and today's topic will be human life on Mars and Moon. So beginning with, I have, the session is going to be some of the questions which, it will be a normal interaction with me and the Shamit. So I hope you all will enjoy this. Whatever doubts you have, please put it in your in our comment section, so we can see it and reply to it later. Okay, and we won't be taking any questions in between. Okay, so let's start. So Anna, Shamit, ready?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, the basic question which comes to our mind when we listen to colonization on Moon and Mars is, why is the need? What is the need for making this happen? So, Shamit, I want you to go ahead and tell me what's the need for settlement on other planets.
So the first reason is we humans love to explore a lot. So we can, by colonizing other planets, we can explore more about it. And the second reason is, as we are polluting our Earth this much, at some point of time, Earth may become uninhabitable. The third reason is, millions and millions of years from now, the carbon levels on Earth will drop on Earth and multicellular life will then vanish. Because photosynthesis would not be possible, and without photosynthesis, there would be no food.
So that was some of the main reasons why we need to colonize. So satisfactory. Now, Anna, can you go ahead and tell me more about it? Why we need to colonize?
Yeah, ma'am, sure. So as Shamit said, we humans like to explore. We go to many places, we discover new things. That is the first reason. The second reason is that overpopulation. The population of Earth is expected to reach 10 billion by the year 2050, which will cause many people to lose their jobs, which will in turn cause poverty. To solve all of these problems at once, we need to shift some people to some other place. So we can start by our neighbors, of course. So Mars and Moon are a good option.
So that's population, and which leads to a lot of losses.
Yeah, one more thing is there are millions or even possibly billions of asteroids in our solar system which can potentially harm the Earth. The Earth is already experiencing global warming. So whether you believe it or not, Earth is a dying planet. So we need to move from here today or tomorrow.
It's true, but very hard to believe. But yes, that's true. Global warming, pollution, population growth, so many factors which lead to this idea of colonizing other worlds. So which brings me to the next question. Why are we choosing Moon and Mars? There are like so many planets in our solar system, right? So many moons are there, but why Moon and Mars? So Anna, go ahead and tell me why Mars.
Okay. So if there is an extinction level event on Earth, like the sun is actually dying, it will die out in a few billion years. So the other planets in our solar system will be exposed too. So actually, Mars and Moon are just our first step towards colonizing other solar systems. And why is Moon special? The first thing is, of course, that Mars, of course. Mars is just nearby Earth, so it is a good choice. And the second thing is that there are many moons in our solar system, like Saturn's moon Titan, which have their own atmosphere. So they are a good option. But why are we choosing Mars? Because it just is close by. It can be our first step. Then we can spread out to other solar systems.
So Shamit, what do you have to say? Why Moon? Okay, wait, Shamit, you are on mute. 1 second.
Yeah. So first, let's see each planet. So Mercury. We cannot go to Mercury because it has less atmosphere and it is very far. And next, let's come to Venus. We cannot go there because it's too hot. And next, let's come to the our Earth's moon. The moon, yes, it is very near, and we can live there. But let's see if there are any better places. Mars, yes, we can live there, but there is no technology to go there yet. So if we need to go there, we need a long 6-month journey. And let's see Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. We cannot live there because it doesn't have a surface, because it is a gas giant. Let's see their moons. Moons of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are too far, and Phobos and Deimos are also very far and too small. Asteroids are very far, and they are too small, or they are not sustainable for life to exist.
Okay, so which makes Moon and Mars better options compared to the rest of the planets. So before moving ahead, I want to know where do you get all this knowledge about space and everything? What classes do you attend from Himalayan Space Center? Can you enlighten about that? Talk a bit about Himalayan Space Center's astro classes which you're taking. You just tell me your experience. How do you feel learning there?
I feel good. Yeah. And I learn a lot more.
So you're waiting for the classes to start and learn every day, right?
Yeah.
So, Anna, what do you feel about the astro classes which is going on in the Himalayan?
Ma'am, your voice is a bit low.
I was saying, you are active student in the astro class, astro space master class. So how do you feel? What is the experience?
Yeah, ma'am, the classes are really nice. The teacher teaches really well, and I have learned many new things, and possibly I will be learning many more of them.
So for all of you who are like wondering what am I talking about, so Himalayan Space Center and Women Astronomy Club, they have started this amazing course for kids. So basically it's called Astro Space Master Classes. So these are from kids ranging from the age of 9 to 18, and there are two groups which are called Star Hoppers and Moon Rockers. So Anay and Shamit are currently Moon Rockers, and there are Star Hopper sessions for the same chat quiz. They are gonna come and talk like us. So yeah, if you are interested, if your kid or you yourself are interested to learn more about space, get to know, you should definitely check out this Astro classes, Astro Space Masterclass. For more information, you should definitely visit our website, HimalayanSpaceCenter.org, or there is a Facebook page for Women Astronomy Club. You can put us a message there and we'll get back to you. So yeah, so we got to know why Moon and Mars.
Yeah.
Right. So now next question which comes to my mind is, I have heard scientists speaking you can't go to Mars directly. It takes a lot of time. So why can't we go directly to Mars, Anay? What do you think?
Yeah. So the thing is that going from Earth to Mars requires a lot of fuel. You need to escape the Earth's gravity. So you need to reach a speed of about 40,000 kilometers an hour. So this is really high speed, and we need many hundreds of tons of fuel to reach this velocity. So if we send a rocket from here, or from the Earth to Moon, and from the Moon to Mars, it will be much easier. The Moon can be used as a gas station basically, and we can also the Moon's gravity is really low. It is about 1/6 compared to Earth's gravity. So escape velocity will be low. So we can send more payload, more things, and we can use less fuel.
Less fuel, more economical.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Shamit, can you unmute? Yeah. So Shamit, why do you think moon base is so important? Why is NASA trying to build a moon base? What do you want to talk about it, Shamit?
So astronauts cannot live in the spaceship all the time. So they need somewhere else. And also astronauts need a more comfortable environment which will have more space like a house. So astronauts need a lunar base for the long term, but for the short term, a spaceship is enough.
That's why we need a moon base. Nice. So I understood that. Now my next doubt is, how are space agencies building, coming up with these ideas to go to moon, build there? What are they planning? Uh, and tell us more about it. Like the missions carried on by the space agencies.
The recent development.
Recent developments.
Some very recent developments are the SLS rocket or the Space Launch System, which is a really powerful rocket. It is more powerful than the Saturn V rocket once built. And there is a new gateway. It's a space shuttle which will be in orbit around the moon, not Earth. Gateway is still getting built, and so is the SLS rocket. And both of these are come under the Artemis program. And about the moon base, we are going to use robots. They are like 3D robotic printers. First, they are going to turn regolith into bricks, and then they are going to configure those bricks in a dome-like fashion, like a regolith igloo or a reglue.
Ami, go ahead. Tell me, what are the recent developments going on in space agencies regarding Mars settlement?
Okay. So basically, many space agencies like NASA, ESA, they are currently focused on moon, because as we know, as Shamit already said, moon base is going to help us a lot to build a Mars base. It can serve as a petrol station, basically. So so like that it is. So now the most recent development is, of course, Elon Musk Starship. Starship is a vehicle developed by his company SpaceX. Starship has the ability to carry 100 people with 100 metric tons of cargo to Mars and possibly throughout the solar system. Actually, Elon Musk is conducting many test flights of this rocket, and he plans to send the first unmanned mission, first the Starship, to Mars in 2024 or 2026. It might be delayed due to the pandemic. So actually, Elon Musk doesn't plan to send humans directly to Mars at first, because they require oxygen, water. So first he'll send advanced robots and equipment which will do all of these for the humans coming up. So, and one more thing, unfortunately many of these test flights are failed, like SN8, SN9, SN10, and SN11, etc. But Elon's goal is final, Mars, and he can do anything. Actually, Elon Musk is living in a rented house right now because he wants to. He is so determined to send people to Mars.
Now, yeah, no, I got to know how the plans are going on. So I want you to tell me, what is the environment on Mars? And
Yeah. So in short, the Mars's environment is really extreme. The temperatures can drop below minus 480 degrees, which is a lot. So astronauts cannot survive there a few minutes without a spacesuit. So that is because of the distance of Mars from the Sun. And Mars has many dust storms. These dust storms cover the planet's surface for days, which will cause more cold. So it is really extreme. And if we want to make humans survive there, we'll need really advanced dome-like structures, so we can live underground.
okay, living underground. Interesting. So, yeah. So that's about the Mars environment. So tell me, Shamit, how is the moon's environment?
The moon's environment is pretty harsh. The day and night conditions on the moon are extreme because the sun is up for 13 days and down for 13 days, which means 13 days of day and 13 days of night on the moon. And the day is very hot and the night is very cold for the same reason as Mercury. As moon has no atmosphere, it gets a lot of UV, EUV and SEPs. And as there is less gravity, making people survive on the moon will be difficult.
So, but we can make it possible, right? What do you think? What do you feel?
Yeah, probably in the future, because we humans invent and innovate a lot.
So, quick reminder for everyone whose questions are popping in their mind: do not forget to put your questions in the chat box. We will see and answer you in the Facebook pages. Okay, so so we spoke about the environment. We know the recent developments. Now, my question to Shamit. Shamit, do you think life is possible when the environment is so harsh?
Probably yes, in the future, because as I told, we humans invent and innovate a lot. But for now, I don't think no. But for the short term, it's, I think, yeah. But for the long term, moon has a pretty harsh climate.
So temporary settlement is okay, but permanently we can't settle there. Not with this technology we have. Probably in the future we might, and as you said, innovate and invent more. So the same question to Anai. My doubt is life possible on Mars, Anai?
Yeah, as I said, life is possible on Mars, but we'll need really advanced structures like dome-like structures, which will make the astronauts survive. Mars doesn't have an active magnetic field, which is why you are exposed to 50 times more radiation than on Earth. This is why we need to build dome-like structures which will protect them from all of the radiation. Otherwise, it will increase the cancer risk for the astronauts. And talking about water and food now. So Mars has polar ice caps. These are made up of solid carbon dioxide. These can be melted to form water. So a Mars base will probably be close to the poles, and we can use the same water to water the plants. But unfortunately, Mars's soil contains chemical called perchlorate. It is really dangerous to all of the living things, and plants cannot grow in it. So you have to find a way to fertilize it first to grow the plants. Technically, it is possible, but we don't know what we should do because we have never had Mars's soil before. Yeah, ma'am, I'm done.
So now you spoke about the ideas to make life possible on Mars. Now I want to ask Shamit, what do you think are the ideas to make a moon habitable?
So for the short term, we can use some plants which can grow on the moon, which are genetically prepared to grow on the moon, and we can leave some algae for it to grow. And for water, there is water ice at the south pole of the moon, which was found by Chandrayaan-1, which was by India.
Water is settled. We can grow plants there. We'll try. Then which means yes, it's temporarily okay, but not permanently. Fine.
Yeah, but if we have to make it for the long term, we will need to terraform it, which will mean converting it into a new Earth.
I mean, what do you think? How will you make Mars habitable? You told about the food. You told about the oxygen. Will you tell us more about the settlement?
Okay, so I've already told about how we can grow plants on Mars and how we can produce water. So this all can be done for a short time living. Like if we want to live on Mars for 2 years or yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, this can be useful for a short-term living. But if we want to live on Mars for a long period of time, say a few centuries, then we'll have to terraform it. Terraformation is basically forming an Earth or Earth-like planet. So what do we do to terraform Mars? The first thing that we need is oceans. We can somehow melt all of the Mars's polar ice caps. How will we do it? We are really good at doing that. Polluting. Humans can pollute and produce greenhouse gases, which will in turn cause global warming and melt Mars polar ice caps. then plants can grow and we can bring cyanobacteria to Mars. So what are cyanobacteria? Cyanobacteria are bacteria which produce oxygen. They are the reason that we humans are living today. They were the one who produced the first traces of oxygen on Earth. Yeah, in this way we can terraform Mars for a long period of living.
Okay. So basically, what we're doing here, we have to go and do it on Mars. That is pollution. Cool. So, yeah, we spoke about why we need to settle, right? We spoke about the recent developments. Okay. So, we also spoke about what is the environment. We got a visualization, and we also spoke about how to make it livable for us. So, now my question will be, what are some of the pros and cons of living on Mars? And
Yeah. So first, let's talk about the cons because there are many of those. The first con is that Mars does not have an active magnetic field, so you are exposed to 50 times more radiation than on Earth. That is the first con. Second con is that Mars's atmosphere is only about 1% compared to Earth's atmosphere. So parachutes don't work. Parachutes are not that effective there. We can either use supersonic parachutes or we'll have to rely on powerful propulsion systems to land on Mars. The third con is that Mars's soil has a chemical called perchlorate, which is really dangerous to living things, so we cannot directly grow plants there. The fourth con is that there are many dust storms on Mars which cover the planet's surface for the weeks or even months. This is why solar power is only is really less effective, especially in the stormy days. These are the cons. Now let's talk about some of the pros. Mars's gravity is about 38% compared to Earth's gravity. So astronauts can easily get used to it. Mars has a lot of water. In fact, if you melt all of Mars water, it would cover the whole planet. So this is why we have a lot of water for colonization. These are the only pros.
okay, so that's good, not bad. So we can actually go and do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's nice. So, Shamit, so what are some of the pros and cons of living on moon?
So some of the advantages are the moon is near to Earth and we can launch a rocket almost any time we want and we do not want to wait for a launch window. And a rocket to a moon does not need a lot of fuel as it is near. And if there is some bad disaster on the moon, we can bring those astronauts back easily and soon. And if we need to send some food, oxygen, water or other resources, we can do it easily. We have those rockets. And if we need to build a lunar base, we can do it easily by using regolith on the moon rather than sending resources from the Earth, which will cost a lot. And we can extract oxygen, hydrogen and methane from regolith on the moon. And if it's all good with astronauts and all the experiments related to zero gravity and low gravity, the moon's effect, say that common man can settle there, or we have some technology for common man to settle there, we can say space tourism or moon tourism might be possible.
That's exciting.
And
right?
We can also use the low gravity and very extremely thin atmosphere values of the moon as advantages and advanced technology using it. And also, if some places on the moon get sunlight all the time, like the Shackleton crater. So if we place some solar panels over there, it will give energy for 24/7 hours. So now let's come to the disadvantages. On the moon, there is no atmosphere, which means there will be no air and there would be no protection from the sun's harmful rays like UV, EUV and SCPs. The gravity is less, so our bones and muscles will get weak. And as I said, as there is no air, the day side gets very hot. With no air to move it to the night side, it turns very cold. And I also told about the day and night extreme conditions. Like the day is 13, the day on the moon is 13 days and the night on the moon is also 13 days.
That's good. Yeah, Mars and Moon both are risky, but it's worth taking risk. So which brings us to the final question. So now all of the panelists and the audience, all of them having a doubt. Now these guys, the space agencies, everyone are trying to invest so much money, focus, passion towards making other world habitable. Right, whereas our own Earth is not in so much good condition. You know, the global warming, pollution, and population. So, now my question will be, Shamit, yeah, you first. Tell me, what do you think? Should we like stop this exploration and settlements and focus on Earth, or is there any way around?
So, yes, there is a lot of global warming and all in our Earth. So when our Earth is in such a bad condition, why do we need to explore other planets? As I said, in the first question about the needs of settlements, and also as we also need to keep our Earth well, and if Earth dies, this will also be the reason we will need to go to other planets. So why don't we search for other planets and keep our Earth well at the same time?
So, Anai, what do you feel?
Okay, so the answer is no, that we shouldn't stop space exploration. But yeah, it is true that we are facing so many problems on Earth. Like we already talked about those: overpopulation, poverty. But the thing is that whether you believe it or not, Earth is a dying planet. I know most people will not be able to accept this, but Earth is a dying planet. So we have to move from Earth today or tomorrow. So Stephen Hawking said that our time on Earth is limited. So we have to work today to shape our tomorrow. We have to move from Earth, and Mars and Moon are a good start.
Okay. So it's not a bad idea, but we shouldn't forget Earth also because it's our first home.
Yeah.
In this, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, nice. I'm finished. Yeah.
So yeah, that brings us to the end of the session. And I want Shamit to, would you have to say something to the audience as a takeaway from the session, as a conclusion?
So going to the moon will be just our first baby step to go into Mars. And it is much easier to live in Mars than Moon. Although Mars has a lot of disadvantages, Moon has more than that. And for the short term, Moon is a good option. But for the long term, Mars is needed. Thank you.
So yeah, same thing to Anai.
Yeah. So as we already talked about this, our time on Earth is limited. We need to move from here someday. Our future generations might be living on Moon and Mars. But the thing is that Moon and Mars are just our first step. We humans will develop our technology. We will explore other planets. We will live in other solar systems, and we might even discover the edge of the universe. That's what I have to say.
So yeah, so concluding, I'd like to summarize, just like our Elon Musk says, we must colonize Mars to preserve our species in the Third World War, right? There are so many issues going on around the globe, which is a threat to humanity and human life.
Yeah.
Which is a very dangerous threat to human life, right? So there might be a Third World War, we never know. There might be a natural catastrophe and everything might be wiped out.
It can be an extinction level event, like an asteroid about the size of many football fields might even hit Earth. This exactly happened 66 million years ago. When the Chicxulub asteroid hit the Earth, it was about the size of 11 kilometers. It is the one who destroyed the Earth and was responsible for the extinction of dinosaurs.
So my final takeaway from this session is, and I expect you all to think about it, Earth is our home and we should not ignore our planet. But we should not even show a blind eye to the fact that the human life on Earth might not be a permanent one. Anything might happen at any time. So it's always good to work towards the future and make space a home for all of us. Yeah, so that will be a final takeaway. Yeah, 1 second.
Yes, Neha, there are a couple of questions. If you guys can address them, go ahead and take it.
So, Shamit and Anay, there are a few questions. I think you guys can manage this. What is the launch window?
So can I
So a launch window is like
1 minute at a time. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, Shamit, go ahead.
so launch window is Earth and Mars or Earth and Jupiter or Earth and any other planet come really close together once every 26 months. So this time when they are really close together, at this time only we can launch a rocket, or else we do not have the technology for it if they are very far. As in this launch window period, which almost lasts for a week, on this week, we can only on this week we can launch rockets to that certain planet.
So, Anay, what is your explanation on what is the launch window?
Okay, so let's take a planet for example. Let's take Mars. So Mars and Earth are orbiting the Sun at different speeds. Mars completes one revolution in 687 days, and Earth completes one in 365 days. So our orbits are elliptical. Both of the Earth and Mars' orbits are elliptical. So there is a period which comes every 26 months when Mars and Earth are really, really close together. This time we can launch rockets because it will save us a lot of fuel. This is known as a launch window. It lasts for 15 days or something. I don't know exact, but 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, ma'am.
Just going through the questions. So, what are the questions you have? Please put it in the chat box so that we can see and answer.
Ma'am, your volume is low.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, now? I hope now.
No.
I think you should position your mic a bit closer.
Okay. So now, I hope I'm audible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are a few more questions if you guys are comfortable to answer it. Have you?
Yeah, so can I answer this one? How do astronauts live on the moon?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
And
So let's talk about what we humans need to survive. The first thing is we need shelter. The second thing is that we need food. And the third thing is that we need water. So let's talk about shelter. There are many 3D printers in this world which can use in situ resources to 3D print a house. So what are in situ resources? So in situ resources are the resources which are present on that planet itself. So using the in situ resources, 3D printers can build many houses. So let's come to food. So what do we need to grow food? We need water. Mars has a lot of water. It was discovered by India's Chandrayaan-1 orbiter. In this way, we can extract water from craters. Water is abundant in the craters a lot because due to moon's weird axis tilt, there are some places where sunlight never reaches. So water is frozen in there forever and ever, waiting to be touched by someone or something. So in this way, we can extract food and water. Of course, we just talked about it. We can find it in the craters and also on the pole.
yes.
And
Yeah.
and another point, and we also need oxygen, which will be provided by oxygen tanks.
And yeah, we also use a process known as electrolysis to remove oxygen and hydrogen from water. It is currently being used on the International Space Station.
So there are some more questions, like how did life start? How was universe created? Or you can also take how much time do we need to reach Mars? Would you like to answer?
So it
Yeah,
depends.
how much time? So I'm going to answer this question.
Yeah.
So to reach Mars, we need about some 6 months. It's really
Yeah.
far away. So we
And
need.
now one more. Go on, sorry. Yeah. So actually, we require 6 to 7 months, but sometimes Mars and Earth orbit are really close. So we might as well reach in less than 5 months on Mars. Okay, so next question is what is escape velocity? Shaman, will you answer this one?
Escape velocity is something out of the topic, but escape velocity, I think, is the velocity which is needed to escape the Earth's gravity.
Yes.
So, like the Earth's gravity is 9.8 m per second square. So the velocity needed to escape this much gravity is escape velocity.
If we don't reach that speed, then the rocket will just fall back.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, there are a couple more.
That's all.
First of all, get up.
I hope the questions are clear. So yeah, if you have any more questions. And yes, I would also like to remind you guys. So if you are interested to join the Astro Space Master classes, please put your phone number with your name in the chat box so that we can see and contact you for the further details. And if you have any people you know and those who are interested, make sure you just convey this message to them about the Astro Space class. Shamit, you want to speak something?
Ma'am, also there is a question from Sai Village. How did life start? Did the life start? It is something of science, but life started on Earth from single cells, and these single cells merged together to form multicellular organisms, and we are multicellular organisms. Single cellular organisms are really small. They are just made up of one cell.
Okay, so the next question is that how was the universe created? Yeah.
It was done by the Big Bang. We cannot say it was by the Big Bang, but it's one of the most famous theory. And it was one of the most best theory. To
so
say
about
was the universe created.
So about 13.8 billion years ago, a single atom exploded. No one knows where the atom came from, but it exploded and it created an infinite number of atoms. We are all made up of the atoms that were made during the Big Bang.
So I guess we have answered all the questions. So as a final takeaway, we have also spoken the need and necessity. So yeah, this was our first episode. There are a lot of episodes coming under Chat with Space Wizz, and there are many. How to become a member of the activity? Yeah, so please drop your phone number along with your name, so that our mentors will get to you and tell you the information details regarding how to. But if you want much other details, my suggestion will be go to Facebook. You have Women Astronomy Club page there, account page. You can text us personally there, and we will definitely respond to you. So yeah, make sure to check these websites and the accounts. And yes, Muskan, you had a question. Please put it in the comment section so that we can get the answer to you. Okay, so we are at the end of the session. I hope you all liked it. This is the beginning. We have many more episodes to come. So yeah, stay